Good morning, students. I am Maushmi Singh and I'll be taking geography with you. Today we are going to learn something very important, and that is the structure of the earth along with the interior of the earth. The earth has a solid outer shell, just like planets like Mercury, Venus, and Mars, which are classified as terrestrial planets. The outer shell is known as the lithosphere, and this is also known as the mineral skin of the earth because it is very rich in minerals. This layer has an average thickness of about 17 kilometers, and it consists of continents, mountains, plateaus, oceans, plains, etc. It is on this part that people build their houses, get minerals, carry on with farming because of the presence of fertile soil, and plant life, which is supporting the entire earth. Now, to understand the geography of the external landforms of the earth, it is very necessary to study not only the upper crust but also the interior of the earth. You can see the interior of the earth, which is being displayed on your screen. Now, this interior of the earth, how do we know the physical phenomena or how the interior of the earth looks like? Because this interior of the earth plays a very important role, and it is intimately associated with several phenomena which occur on the surface, that is on the lithosphere. And there is a very indirect means of learning how this interior of the earth looks like. Though human beings have reached only about 4 kilometers below the earth, as you can see, the deepest mine on the earth is in Johannesburg, South Africa, which is only 4 kilometers deep. So the question arises that how will we know the interior of the earth, which is so very deep? According to scientists and geographers, the temperature of the earth's interior increases by 1 degree per 32 meters of depth. This means that the interior part of the earth must be very hot and no substance can remain in a solid. The geologists estimated that there is a sharp increase in temperature of the upper layers of the earth with depth because of the presence of uranium and thorium, which are radioactive minerals. Then the rate of the temperature goes on decreasing with the increase in depth. Another very important source of information is the study of earthquakes and seismic waves. Now, seismic waves are just like light waves because they can be reflected and they also get refracted and bent. Now, during an earthquake, the huge rocks shift from one place to another in large scale, and a large amount of seismic waves are generated. Now, these waves travel in different directions from the point of origin. As these waves move through the different material and which are having different density, they keep changing their speed. You can see in the diagram how these waves are traveling through different layers and they get refracted. By calculating the time of these seismic waves which reach the surface and the travel behavior of the shock waves which is generated, the scientists determine the interior of the earth. And as you can see, the cross section of the interior of the earth, it is only possible because of the seismic waves which has been able to be calculated by the different instruments which are being used by the scientists, that we have been able to learn how the different layers of the earth interior is different from one another. The core is found right at the center, which is very solid, and this is solid mainly because of high temperature as well as a lot of pressure which is being exerted on it. As we move away from the core, we have an outer core. Now this outer core is not solid, but it is liquid. It is, you can say, semi-liquid, and it is mainly because of the less amount of pressure which is exerted on it than that of the interior of the core, that is the inner core. As we move further upwards, we find that the mantle becomes slightly less in it becomes slightly less in solid, and it is more liquid, and it is therefore said to be it is also known as the mesosphere. The upper part of the mantle is known as the asthenosphere, and as we move towards the top, we find the lithosphere. The lithosphere consists of two major parts, that is the soil and the cyma. So you can see the soil is the lightest and the cyma is heavier than the soil, depending upon their density, that is 2.7 soil and cyma is 3. And the mantle being heavier than cyma is found in the lower level. This part is the upper part of the lithosphere. We have in the lithosphere the oceans. So today we have only learned about the introductory part of the interior of the earth. In the next class, we will be learning about the different layers of the interior of the earth along with their density as well as their characteristics. You are supposed to learn and go through the first page of chapter number 4, that is page number 35. That is what we have enough time for today. Thank you.